Welcome back. A couple weeks ago, we sat down with several Hyundai executives to talk about the state of the industry, Hyundai's future product plans, and some new and upcoming initiatives that will help to continue Hyundai's growth in the U.S. market. This executive roundtable is your chance to be a fly on the wall for an informal discussion among Dean Evans, Chief Marketing Officer, Mike O'Brien, Vice President of Corporate, Product, and Digital Planning, Barry Ratzlaff, Vice President of Customer Satisfaction, and John Angevine, Director of Sales Operations. Let's hear what they had to say. Gentlemen, you all see Hyundai from a different perspective. You all have that advantage. So why would you say now is a great time to be a Hyundai sales consultant?
Guys, I'll speak up. I've been with Hyundai for 16 years. I think right now is ideally the best time. There's a lot of reasons. You're going to hear from Mike today, who's going to talk a lot about our current product as well as product coming down the road, which everybody watching this broadcast should be super excited about. Dean's to my right. He's going to talk about our all-new Shoppers Assurance Program, which is really addressing what not only what our customers want, but in a lot of cases what our dealers really want.
So when you take new products and a new sales and bring that together, I think that's a really optimistic time for our dealers and, more importantly, all of our sales representatives as well.
Fantastic. Did you want to add to that, Mike, when it comes to product?
I don't know where to stop.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah, when you think about it, if you just think
that.
about between now and the end of the year, we have the all-new Kona coming with so much standard safety and available safety, heads-up display and a very affordable package. We have an all-new Veloster coming. We're getting back into motorsports with TCR racing against Audi and VW and Alfa Romeo. That's going to be very exciting. We have an all-new Santa Fe Sport that'll be renamed Santa Fe coming that has an amazing look to it. I think some of you may have seen some photographs of it. Tremendously modern with a nice big cabin feeling. We have a significantly refreshed Elantra coming with a completely new front and rear view look, along with a lot of technology and safety. And then when you look just a little bit beyond that, you know, I go to Korea a lot, and I can't stop talking about the work that our over 10,000 engineers are doing every day. But when you think about new models coming, we have 8 significantly redesigned or all new CUVs coming by the end of 2028.
Exciting. Wow.
So, in terms of safety, my car yells at me more than my family does when we're driving, in order to protect me. Yeah. In order to protect me from backing into something, from hitting something in the front, and from switching lanes.
Right.
John, you clearly need to be a better driver.
That's a different conversation.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I think we got to get out in front and remember all the marketing stuff. You know, I talked a little bit about that in the Chicago Auto Show. You know, whether it's the NFL partnership, and you saw the message we gave to 130 million Americans all at once on Super Bowl around our Hope on Wheels. And, you know, the whole concept there is to make consumers even feel more proud to own a Hyundai than ever before. And especially our owners, when they see that kind of activity happening.
Let's not forget of 3 years included connectivity, starting with our 2018 model years.
Yeah. Technology story is really a great story. It's a great story for us. It's a great story for our customers, but it's also a great challenge for our retail sales force in terms of how do we best represent this technology to our customers. So 3 years of connected care is a real big deal when people are thinking about, you know, every day being connected, and now you can do it through your car, whether it's through all the connected services we offer, or if you consider Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. We just offer more than our competitors, and I think it's something we need to do our very best at representing to our customers, because it is so important.
You know, all the great work Dean and his team doing on Shoppers Assurance to kind of pave the way for the future also reminds me of the foundation of assurance, which is America's Best Warranty. You know, we go do research on this every couple of years just to see, is it holding up in the marketplace? And every time we do that, we're reinforced that 10100 for original owner powertrain, our 560 new vehicle limited warranty, remains to be America's best warranty. So it's really a strong selling tool that we can't forget about. And now with the power of Shoppers Assurance and Owner's Assurance together, we've got a lot more that we can sell.
You know, it's really all about the right intersection between getting the very best value, you know, something that fits their pocketbook, their wallet, and giving the very best in terms of features that they use every day and demand every day. And that's in terms of just content. In terms of design, I think they're looking for something that makes them feel good when they come up to their car, when their neighbors and friends come up to the car, something they're really proud of. And we have really reinvested. We have put so much capital investment in terms of being at the top of our game in terms of design. We have a number of people that have joined up with us now to really refocus on giving the kind of design that our customers are looking forward to. Not only that it looks great when they go to the showroom and buy the car, but it looks great 5 years later.
I think consumers today, they're looking for brands that stand up for something, right? And yes, we have to represent a good product and a good service, but what is our North Star? What are we coming to work for every day? And we're passionate for it. We're drive to make things better every single day. And so I think consumers really want brands today that have that heart, that have that transparency.
Barry, anything to add to that?
A little secret hidden weapon maybe not a lot of people know about is how much our customers love us. On Hyundai.com now, at the bottom of Hyundai.com is Hyundai Vehicle Reviews. What a great tool to be able to use to be able to show a shopper what owners think about our product. There's so many fantastic verbatims there that are proof points to help us sell the product. And BlueLink, the connected vehicle services, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when the customer gets the monthly vehicle health report, they open that email, that love letter from their car, twice as much as they do any other communications from us. And as a result, our service retention is dramatically higher for customers that are enrolled in BlueLink than those that aren't. So it's really good for the dealership to make sure all of their cars are enrolled in BlueLink.
Gentlemen, is there anything else you'd like to say to our 800 plus Hyundai dealerships, sales consultants, service people, now that we're kind of all here together?
Well, if there's one thing I would ask, I would say do your very best to find a way to build into your walk around a demonstration of BlueLink connected services. I think once the customer sees what BlueLink can do for them in their lives in terms of convenience, in terms of confidence with the vehicle health report, a remote start, preheat, pre-cool, I think they're going to find that there's so much there that they never even knew existed that it's going to be a big selling point for us, and it's a real differentiator for us in the market.
Our numbers tell us a lot of you guys are new, and welcome to the Hyundai brand. And thank you to those that have been with us for a while. Each one of your customers is going to have a story. Everyone's going to have a story. And I challenge each of you to find out each of your customer story. Perhaps it's the latest technology. Perhaps it's the latest design. Maybe it's they really want a great ownership experience to be safe with their family and know that the company has their back. I think for each one of those important stories that our statistics tell us every customer has, I think I'm telling you, for you new guys, you've got the best story in the business.
There's maybe 3 things that can be done on the sales side to help us in fixed ops. The first of which is to make sure we do an effective delivery of the car. That helps us with IQS, and it also helps the owner understand how to use their car and maybe reduce some risk a little bit later. It is really important to get the customer enrolled in BlueLink, because then we have the data coming to us and the dealers from the car. So the dealers get those service leads to know when one of their customers needs help. The third thing is that sales to service handover. Make that first service appointment. Work with your service manager to figure out what's the right process in your store to make sure that 100% of the customers come back to you for their first service visit so we can have a healthy relationship going forward.
We've got a checklist that we're certainly asking every one of you guys to use right now. Barry hit it on the head. Our delivery process is very important, and one thing that we certainly ask that you really hone in on those skills, and we challenge you to perfect it.
One final thing too, I think every customer wants to know that they and their family and their friends are safe in their car. So, it's easy to look at IHS Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus and see that we're number 1 in terms of the number of models. And it's easy to see all of our available and standard safety features. But what's a little bit more difficult to see, but equally important, is crash performance. So we're one of the earliest and widest adopters of ultra high strength steel. Most of our cars have well over 50% of high strength steel in our bodies. But not only do we do that, but we use the same catalyzed aerospace adhesives that are used in the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. So we have an incredibly strong body structure that manages energy in the event of a crash very, very well. So half of it's the technology, the safety equipment. The other half of it is body structure and crash performance.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your perspectives, for those advantages, and of course for coming by Hyundai Live. We really appreciate you being here.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
As you can tell, it's a great time to be part of the Hyundai family, and we have a lot of fantastic products and initiatives coming your way. During the break, you'll get to see Jay Leno drive a pre-production Kona at the Hyundai Proving Grounds. He tested the Kona in some extreme conditions. Let's see how our Kona held up. When we return, we'll have Trevor Lai, product planning manager for Kona, in the studio to talk about the two exciting vehicles behind me.
Ben Collins. Ben, good to see you, my friend.
See you.
Hyundai asked me to try out the new Kona and see what it's like. Come on, let's give it a shot.
Do it. The Hyundai Proving Ground is interesting. You know, these are way in the middle of the desert, and it's the most extreme conditions. They usually consist of a high-speed road, and then a road that has cobblestones and every kind of bad surface that you could encounter. And then they have a couple of roads that deliberately intended to shake the car apart. Literally go down, literally to the point where you can't hold on to the steering wheel. And it was fun to do that with the car and see how it held up. The boring thing about modern cars is they're all really good. In the old days, you know, 40 years ago, if you did that, the car would break in half or fall apart, and then you'd have a funny magazine article or a funny visual. But now, all cars are really good because you have to meet certain government standards. You know, mufflers don't rust out anymore, and things of that nature, you know. So it was fun to put it through its paces, though, and literally try to break the car, and that's what we did. Oh, it held up very well, actually. I don't want to be a spoiler alert here. I don't want to give the whole thing away, but I had a thing with me called a jolt meter. It was from the 1920s. It looks like one of those mantle clocks, but it registers jolts, and they would put it in the back seat of an old Chevy or Plymouth or another car they're testing to see how many jolts it got and how far it went, you know. So we stuck that in here to see how it held up, and it almost shook the thing apart.